Hello, Papoki here, and welcome to another Destiny 2 Hunter build video. So today I have a very interesting one for you all. I have a Stasis Slayer's Fang GM Conquest build. Now, I have been using the Solar Slayer's Fang build for a long time, ever since the last Festival of the Lost. But in a recent livestream, Marcy showed me what you can do on Stasis with Slayer's Fang, and I have been enamored by it. And over the past few days, I have been optimizing it like crazy, and I believe I have reached the peak of optimization for this build. So, without further ado, let's get into things. First up is the centerpiece of the build, Slayer's Fang. So, Slayer's Fang is an exotic pinpoint slug shotgun that very much doesn't act like any other shotgun. So, first of all, what makes it so unique? Well, it is a shotgun that fires one singular bullet that splits into 7 to 9 sub-munitions that track enemies. So, if you shoot an enemy, a bunch of tracking bullets will come out and hit all the enemies behind them or around them, because, well, they track. And its most important feature is its main exotic perk, Night Sworn Sight. What this does is when you get a final blow with Slayer's Fang, you will get a 7-second refreshable timer on a 15% precision damage buff, and all of your submunitions will now weaken targets. I should note that when you hit a target with the first pellet, that target has been technically hit by all 7 submunitions. So that first target you hit will be weakened as well. And since this is a craftable exotic, we can have a refit on it. And the refit we are going to pick for Slayer's Fang is Repulsor Brace Refit. What this is going to do is allow us to get a Void Overshield anytime we kill a Void debuffed target. Now, because Slayer's Fang weakens on every single hit, every single kill is a Void debuffed kill, which means every single kill is giving us a Void Overshield. Slayer's Fang also has a ridiculous ammo economy. Since Slayer's Fang is counted as a pinpoint slug shotgun, its ammo economy is built around pinpoint slug shotguns, which usually get, one kill every 1 or 2 shots. But the thing is, Slayer's Fang in a single trigger pull can wipe an entire wave of enemies. Which means, if we look at the statistics for how much ammo gen takes for Slayer's Fang, we can see that it does not take a lot of kills to gen an ammo brick. Note that normal ammo bricks are giving you 7 rounds in a single brick, and it takes way less than 7 rounds to kill 8 enemies. It takes maybe 2 or 3 shots for 7 ammo back. And since we are running Special Finisher and Siphons and Reaper, it only takes 1 to 2 kills to get a Special Finisher brick, which is another 2 ammo. So, Slayer's Fang has infinite ammo built right into the gun, as long as you have a high weapon stat and a good Special Finisher setup. All of this pairs perfectly with this season's artifact mods. First up, Power from Pain. Rapid final blows against weakened targets grant you Devour. Slayer's Fang weakens every enemy it hits, kills those enemies, gives us Devour permanently. Next up is Void Infestation. Defeating a weakened target spawns a tracking projectile that weakens other targets. Obviously, Slayer's Fang is only shooting weakening rounds, so every enemy you kill with Slayer's Fang is going to proc Void Infestation for a bunch of splash and ad clear. And the most interesting, we have Singularity Blade. While you have a Void Elemental buff, melee and sword hits weaken targets, while melee and sword final blows create a weakening burst. This means that while we have Void Overshield or Devour, our Withering Blades are going to weaken enemies. We are going to be pairing this with the most popular hunter exotic, Fortune's Favor, but maybe not for the reason you think. Fortune's Favor is going to give us a 15% damage buff to our Slayer's Fang when we have a Void Overshield, which is nice. But the real reason we are using Fortune's Favor is that when we land a final blow while at full health and have a Void Overshield, it is going to pause our Void Overshield timer and make it not tick down. This is very helpful because if you're not running Fortune's Favor, there will be a lot of times where you need your Void Overshield, and it'll just disappear because the timer ran out. Fortune's Favor is going to freeze the timer and make sure that your Void Overshield never goes away unless it is deliberately broken. For our armor, we are going to run a 2-piece Pharaoh Potent and a 2-piece Smoke Jumper if you have it available. For our armor mods, we are going to be running 1 Heavy Ammo Finder, 1 Special Ammo Finder, and 1 Void Siphon. Special Ammo Finder is going to give us a 22% boost to our Special Ammo meter. This paired with Void Siphon is going to get our ammo back even faster. For our gauntlets, we are running a Void Loader to make sure that we always are topped up on our shotgun, an Impact Induction so when we throw our Withering Blades, we get just that more grenade energy for our Cold Snap, Focusing Strike so that when we use our melee ability on an enemy, we are going to get even more of our class ability back. For our chest plate, we are going to be running 1 Void Ammo Generation. This is going to round up our ammo generation from needing 6 kills to 5 kills per brick, which is very important. For our resist mods, I am personally running a Concussive Dampener and a melee damage resist for the 15% damage resist, but you can run an elemental here instead if you find it more useful. For our boots, we are running 1 Better Already because while we have a Void Overshield and you pick up an orb, Better Already's regeneration will not be interrupted and will heal you to full health in just 1 orb. Next we have Stacks on Stacks. When you pick up 1 orb, it's going to duplicate the amount of armor charge you get. So instead of 1 orb equal 1 armor charge, it's going to be 1 orb equals 2 armor charge. And a Void Scavenger so that we get 1 more ammo out of all of our special bricks for our Slayer's Fang. On our class item, we are going to be running Special Finisher, so when we have 3 armor charge and we finish an enemy, it will give us a brick of 4 rounds for our Slayer's Fang. Then we have Powerful Attraction. Every time we dodge, it is going to pick up nearby orbs, and this is very, very helpful. Next up is Reaper. When we dodge and we kill an enemy, it is going to spawn an orb. For our Stasis subclass, we are running Marksman's Dodge. This is because it has the lowest cooldown, and it will reload all of our equipped weapons and pick up all nearby ammo when we dodge. For our grenade, we are running Cold Snap. The reason we are running Cold Snap is simply because it is the most efficient. With a single grenade throw, you can freeze a whole pile of enemies, and then boom, they all shatter. For our aspects, we are running Grim Harvest to get access to Stasis Shards and Frost Armor. Then we have Winter Shroud. Winter Shroud is going to give us a 50% DR whenever we dodge and slow nearby targets. And when we slow nearby targets period, it is going to give us a massive class regen buff to our class ability. For our fragments, we are running Whisper of Torment so that when we have Frost Armor and we take damage, it'll give us 12% of our grenade energy back. Then we have Whisper of Chains. Whisper of Chains is going to give us a Stasis Shard whenever we kill an enemy while we have Frost Armor. This is perfect for trying to extend Frost Armor times 8 when you don't have abilities to do so. Then we have Whisper of Rime. This is going to increase our Frost Armor stack count up to times 8, which is a 50% DR. Then we have Whisper of Refraction. Defeating slowed or frozen targets will grant you class ability energy. This is a metric ton of class ability energy and is very pivotal for the build. Then we have Whisper of Conduction. Stasis shards are simply going to track to us, which makes our lives a lot easier. For our stats, we are going to be running low health, 50 melee so that we can free up our other stats without killing our melee regen, 70 grenade for a good baseline for Whisper of Torment, 100 super so that we always have it when we need it, and 110 class so we get the biggest benefit from Whisper of Refraction and Winter Shroud's cooldown. And since we have 110 class, if we dodge, we're going to get a very tiny overshield that in some circumstances may save your life. Then we have 150 weapons. We are using this for the 15% damage bonus with our weapons to multiply with our other damage bonuses and weaken, and so that we have a 49 to 50% chance for all of our ammo bricks to be doubled. Now for the fun part. How does this build get a 98% damage resistance? Well, let's get into that. So we are going to have Frost Armor times 8, which is a 50% damage resist, Void Overshield, which is a 70% damage resist, Winter's Shroud, which is a 50% damage resist, Pharaoh Potent, being a 10% damage resist, Armorsmith is a 10% damage resist, our resist mod on our chest when near enemies is a 15% resist, Smoke Jumper is another 50% resist, and our Slayer's Fang and slowing abilities will apply disruption to enemies, making them deal 25% less damage towards us, equaling to 98% DR. So you're probably wondering, man, that's a lot of talk, but how does it actually work in game? Let's get into that. So basically, the whole goal is to keep up Nightsworn Sight by chaining kills with our Slayer's Fang and dodging any time we have it up. If we do not have our dodge up, we are going to use our Withering Blades to get slowed enemy kills, to proc Whisper of Refraction to get our dodge back faster. Then we have our Cold Snap Grenades. We are simply going to throw these at clumps of enemies that appear. Since we have Devour from Slayer's Fang, we're going to get these back fairly often, especially since we have Whisper of Torment. So basically, you're going to be using your abilities on cooldown. I don't consider it super to be a part of a build, but if you have your super, chuck it out. So basically, you're just going to be killing enemies with Slayer's Fang, picking up orbs, finishing when you have 3 armor charge, dodging anytime you have it, using your melee to get your dodge back, and cold snapping whenever there's a large group of enemies. That's basically it. Wrong button. And that's pretty much it. Just repeat that ad infinitum, and you're golden. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Thank you for being a member. Davey, Maya, Zephyr, Frogcat Dog, Rimu, Easties, Poo Kang Kang, Tanner White, Joy-Con, Seppuku Angel, Second Minx, Equitas, Juker, The Zesty Lime, Nighty K, Kai Rain, Danny Luciano, E Brainrot, Kazuhira, Kaz Milk, BKO Finest, Chris Dodge, Love Hate J, Mr. Spartan, Snakes Make No Sense, Big Business, Get Vectored, Tuna, R17A, Alley Cat, Vaughn, Sizzlin' Rice, Ken Guap, Emery, William XMS, Dr. Glitchy, Tuba Warrior, Puppy Princess, Majin Matt, Diego Brando, Lauren Silly, Jefford Edgerton, Grundy, Moss, whatever. It's so early, I need to go to bed.